G'day everyone. Barkarati is now brought to you by Disruptor Marine Marketing, using AI to help your marine business grow. And our friends at Radix Nutrition, the most technically comprehensive nutrition products ever to exist. Unlock your potential with Radix. G'day listeners, welcome to Barkarati the Sailing Podcast. My name's Jordan Spencer and it's that time of the week where we get to hang out with some really cool sailors, but of course I have to share the mic with my two idiot mates. So first off, let's welcome Mr. Brett Perry.
Greetings, Exalted One.
BP, don't speak with your mouth full.
Hello everyone. Yes, well I'm just munging on some food, but anyway, hey, all
Some
good.
Radix.
Hey, we absolutely love sailing. That's why we do what we do. It's been nigh on 6 years we've been banging on about sailing, and things come around, and we're at that time again where there's some interesting things happening back in the Southern Hemisphere with Australia. We've got the Hobart and, of course, the 18s. So looking forward to having a chat today.
Oh, just throw everything out there in the open. We can't even hide it now, BP.
Fuck, you did it last week as well, BP.
I'm looking for the top job.
He's taking the hosting job.
Send the machine.
I didn't say who was on, and I didn't say what was on. Could be the Hobart. Could be the Rainbow National titles.
It could be. Let's bring in the other bloke.
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr.
Mr. Nick Bice.
We're going to have to save the rainbows for a special episode, maybe the 500th.
500th.
Yeah. No, and then we could do the 5-0s on the 505th.
Oh, stop it.
Jesus.
We should have done that.
It's got a good theme to it there, Jay. We could work on that.
I know. I just suddenly I hear
470s, 420s.
You're right, BP. Sydney's kicking off. Well, Australia for that matter. Sydney. Yeah. I'll see you next week. I'll be up there. Or
looking
across there, shall I say. Getting prepped for the cabbage tree. She's all happening.
Yeah, I believe I might be entering that race myself. So anyway.
Yeah, nice. What do you got? What do you got?
It's some 47 footer.
Yeah, there you go. Beautiful.
Nice.
Beneteau
47.7.
I love it.
Yeah, no chance.
Blown all the way up to cabbage tree just like a beach ball.
Yeah.
Come home on the wind just like a beach ball.
Struggle on the wind, I tell you what.
Mega
Those things.
beach balls.
No, definitely not a Beneteau, but no. We'll may see you anyway.
Let's move on from.
We'll see each other.
Let's move on from Beneteau discussion and get to our guest.
Not far behind a rainbow though, Beneteau.
No, not far. Same sort of like genre, you know.
I wonder if our guest this week has actually sailed a rainbow or a Beneteau. He has sailed a lot of different boats. I've got him down for flying ants. I reckon he sailed cherubs, yinglings, solings, moths, 16s, 18s, MG14s, NS14s, and tasers is what I reckon he sailed. Doing my research.
What, just as a guess, or you?
No, that's my. You know how I like to do my research.
Heron.
Australian.
No heron.
Don't come stomping on my research. Australian champion, 18-foot skiffs, runner-up in the JJs, very much a stalwart of the Moth class, very much a stalwart of the 18s and the 16s and the skiff scene in Sydney, very much part of a no-choice sailor. We call him, you know, he's been brought up in a sailing family. Everyone around him sails, so he had no choice. He either sailed or drowned. So we want to welcome him to the show because he's an icon of Sydney sailing. Keagan York, how are you, mate?
Good, great. Happy to be here. This is my first time on, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, first time on. I mean, we have heard you on other podcasts. Maybe we'll go into that later.
Actually, it is true. While we were waiting, we actually searched it and looked it up and listened to it. So we're all over it now.
How'd Jordan go with the intro, Keane? Did he miss anything?
No. I think maybe a dragon. That was probably about it. I think.
I was going to ask you, dragon or extras. I didn't hear in there.
Done both. So I've only did one day on a dragon, but.
And you've only done a couple of days on Etchells too, is my calculation.
Yes, I think I've sailed once as husband and wife, just mucking around in Botany Bay once. And I did the goblets this year.
See?
There you go.
Research.
That's training done.
That's Google AI, isn't it?
Yes.
All right.
Very cool.
Let's start with the family thing, mate. I made the statement around that you had no choice. What is your family connection? How many of you are there that are out there filling the waters of the harbour and chasing the kumquats?
Not as many as there used to be. Everyone's got old, but I believe there's still a few of us sailing. So obviously I'm part of the Riley Marine family on my mother's side. So old Bill, or grandpa to me, was Riley Marine Fitting, started in 1946, I think it was. And the family sold out of it a couple of years ago now. But so St. George Sailing Club was and Georges River, where I got brought up as a kid by the whole family, which would have to be the whole sailing scene. I've had numerous people save my life when I was drowning as a kid out the front of St. George to, just helping me out with my sailing and everything.
Great club, Old St. George. It's quite a popular club, big club, but boy, you'd be pretty good at judging tidal movement and stream based off there.
Yeah. It's definitely an advantage. You get, even just on the weekend, it was only like a 1.2 tide or something. And in a east nor'easter, and it was smoking out. And it was just lucky that the breeze was a little bit in the east, so there wasn't any waves, and it was only about 8 knots, 10 knots, so it wasn't too bad. But get a good 25 knot nor'easter run out tide in the river, you certainly know about it.
Yeah. The other thing you get to do at St. George is touch the bottom plenty of times. There's a few sandbars pop up here and there. It's
a moving feast. It's
a wobbly creature.
You go back after every winter, and it's slightly different. It's either shallower or deeper, but it's amazing how much the landscape changes just by a little bit of government insight on putting groins in and all that sort of stuff to save the Brighton Beach and everything, how much it affects down the river.
Yeah.
We see that. We see that at a lot of places, but down there with that amount of tide, the sand just must move so much.
Yeah, and it does, and you can certainly get on an elevator, and you can certainly miss them as well.
Yeah. So, do you remember first going sailing? Do you remember having a choice at all?
I hated sailing.
Yep.
When I was 5 or 6.
I think most of us have got that story.
Yeah, and obviously I was at St. George all the time, playing and all that sort of, my cousins and all the other kids that were wandering around in the late 70s, early 80s.
Selling pad eyes that you stole out of your grandpa's shop.
Mate, we didn't even have pad eyes back then. It was high field levers and stainless steel sheaves, So, and we had a sailing school down there with the Skyriders, like the old Kerry Gibson design Skyriders, and I didn't like it at all.
Fuck, I haven't heard of a Skyrider before.
Yeah, what's
a Skyrider?
It's like a mudlark,
A mudlark?
Australian design.
Isn't that a fish that skips across? I'm sure like a Skyrider is like somebody that walks on the wings of planes.
Oh, is it? No. It's it was an injection molded boat with a single sail, no roach. Boom was relatively high, probably not high enough for a lot of people, excluding me. And it's just self-draining, a great learning boat. I think they had them in a lot of those, what do they call, school camp sort of places? They had them in those as well. I don't know if they still do. I don't think they're made anymore. Everything's Bix or Bix similar. Bix very similar.
Yeah, copy.
And Optis and all that sort of stuff these days.
The thing that when I think about your sort of youth, when you're hooning around and you got into the Cherubs off St. George, mate, I'm not sure if Assy kites were there for them, but I've just got this vision of you just, when you got wind against tide off St. George, just flying downhill and then just the biggest nosedive, complete cartwheel. I reckon you must have done one or two of those.
I've done numerous cartwheels. Actually, I've done numerous cartwheels everywhere, but definitely in the river. So I think I've even done a cartwheel and a flying ant. Cherubs definitely. And we had a Maxi boat, and I don't know if Maxi had made many boats before. I was meant to be getting a 420, and my uncle, through the factory, just ruled that out and cancelled it, even though it was on its way to Australia when I was a kid. And then a Cherub turned up. So, but Max had made it, and there was nothing to push against on the side. It actually tapered in. So like as soon as you hit a wave, you just go skidding down the side of it. Luckily, I was a steerer. Kane, I'd be trying to hold on to his foot and try and keep him from flying around the front.
Jeez. Were you kind of the coolest kid in town when the cherub rolls up and everyone's out in the 420 and just goes smoking past them downwind?
Well, there
or
wasn't
were you
really
kind of banished.
There was definitely not many 420s around Botany Bay because they would have been, exterminated and burnt to the ground. But it was funny because I think I was only sort of pushed into the 420 because at the time Neville Whitty was working for the family as one of the sales reps, and I sort of fell under his coaching and sort of got pushed into doing lasers and all the stuff that Royal Sydney was doing. And I sort of knew that I wasn't going to be able to be a steerer because I was already 6'1", 6'2", and I was starting to fill out. So, I knew my days were numbered steering. So, I had to be in a boat that could handle a bit of weight on the helm.
Did you try and grow a moustache if you got influenced by Nev Whitty?
No. Back then, I would have been all fluff and everything. Now I probably could.
I just got visions of this 16-year-old kid with a Nev Whitty moustache. That would be pretty impressive.
I think we went down that path with Paul Kayard, didn't we? The US sailing team had to do the same.
Yeah, it was mandatory to make the US Olympic team. You had to grow a moustache, females included, is what we decided. That's why they had to stop Card running the show. Yeah. So obviously, at some stage, you must have fallen in love with sailing.
Yeah. So I think we did a sailing against Skyriders against Illawarra. So it was all the kids from Illawarra, and it was all the kids from St George, and we did a
those little bastards
interclub thing. And we're still learning, we're hopeless. Right. But I think that's where I got a bit more of the competitive edge. I still think to this day, I don't really like sailing. I like the competitive side of it.
Right.
There's the thought of just going out for a sail, some people go, come out on a yacht or whatever and just come for a cruise. Yeah, not super appealing. Even though I'm doing Twilight tonight, So,
I was about to ask you about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a funny thing, isn't it? My wife, the guy she works for, an ophthalmic surgeon, he's always asked me to go out in his yacht. And I went out once and, oh, my God, it's just not something.
Captain Bly, was he? Or
no, he was lovely. He was a lovely guy, wonderful human being, but it's just not exciting, we get to go sailing.
It's funny. It's a funny thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think about it.
My wife had a great time, and that was all. But I get where you're coming from. I'm just trying to show empathy for your point. I get it.
But Jordan hasn't been invited back. Yeah, mate, I know we're going for a sail. You don't have to fucking coach me around going out to the sea, push it away from you, pull it towards you.
Yeah. The guy was no. I'm not going to go any further.
No, he's going to listen to this. By the way,
Oh, now he's definitely banished.
No. Lovely. As I said, lovely guy. It's just.
Righto, mate.
It's just
go crawling.
Our type of sailing. We that level of execution. It's the challenge of sailing, isn't it? That's what you chase, and whether it's get it through competition or trying to.
The only thing I really love just going for a sail on is the Moth, and unless there's actually a focus. I'll go and practice on the 16 or the 18 or whatever, but it's usually a focus. But to just go for a burn, it's the Moth.
So when you started on the Moths, what level were they? They'd started falling at that stage?
Yeah, I haven't. I had actually tried to sail when I was about 16. I tried to sail Andrew Landenberger's boat, and I swore I'd never sail a Moth ever again. And that was a low rider. And I got out to the middle of out in front of the St George Sailing Club, and it took me about an hour to get back. But the boys convinced me. It was probably only about 10 years ago, I would say, 2016, 2015, something like that. And I just got a crappy boat to start with, thinking I'd just go out there and have a bash around on a Wednesday.
And then the competitive strike hits you.
I think I had ordered a new boat the second time I went out, and I managed to get one that came from England, and it was a second-hand boat. And then I bought another one, and then another one, and now I'm in the full Beaker
I've got you.
How often do you get out? How often do you get out on the Moth?
Hang on. Just on the research.
Well, hang on.
On my research, I've got you at either 17 or 18 moths.
No. I'd say 6.
I got that one wrong.
Currently still got 2, unless that person pays for the other one. Yeah, but
and depends who's listening.
Oh no! I'm good. I don't have to justify it to anybody. But actually, no. My eldest daughter occasionally goes, "Dad, you got too many toys."
Too many toys.
Yeah.
Based on Jordan's intro, what's been the chronology from a boat point of view, as far as ones that you'd stuck in for a season or two?
Stuck in Skyriders, Flying Ants, Cherubs. I pretty much was always sailing 16s, but from Cherubs I went to 18s.
Mm-hmm.
Then by circumstance,
But 16s you would have been crewing, right?
Yeah, a little bit of both. When I was younger, I did a lot of filling in as like a 14 or 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and actually did quite well in some stuff, but I never sort of did a state championships or a nationals. It was more like do a Illawarra weekend or fill in on a Botany Bay championships or something like that. Then, so I went to the 18s. When the Grand Prix changed hands and went to Brownie, I sailed for that a little bit. But then by circumstance, I had my oldest daughter. I was 20. So that sort of put a curtail on the sailing from a large times point of view and trying to become a pro. So then I had to go and get a real job. And funnily enough, fell into banking, and I've been in banking and financial services ever since. So, so then I went back to 16s for a while and did quite well there. And then just by chance, I got back into the 18s. Yeah. So now I do 18s, Moths, and on the 100.
Nice.
The 100? Which one?
Yeah, Wild Thing 100.
Wild Thing 100. Haven't heard of it.
Yeah. No. It's very under the radar.
Who owns that? Who owns that?
There's some guy on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, episode 174 from memory.
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't we discuss something about shitter rules or something?
But you are going south, aren't you? You're doing the Hobart this time around.
Yep.
Second one.
Cabbage Tree. I'm not doing the delivery this weekend because I've got the 16-foot Skiff state championships. But back on the 100 not this weekend, following weekend.
And are you going south on the 100?
Yep, going south on the 100.
Yeah, right. Copy. So they've got you into the yachting world. They've finally dragged you in.
Yeah, it was actually Sean Langman. The guy. Well, I'd done it a couple of times. That's why I said the Beneteau. I'd actually done the Sydney to Southport with Shorty on 47.7 Imagination about 10 or so years ago, and I swore I'd never sail yachts again. And then Sean bought Moneypenny, and I sort of helped out a little bit from a business perspective there to help him bring it out to Australia. And eventually I started the sail a couple of times, and I did a couple of my first 2 Hobarts were with Sean in the Moneypenny.
Oh, there you go.
First one I ran it into a sunfish.
Oh yeah.
So that wasn't good.
The union
the union strikes. Yep, the union strikes again.
Yeah, so I was crying in my sobbing in my buttered chicken that Josh made for me not long after it. And we made it down. We actually did really well. I think we won our division, but we didn't win overall.
Very cool.
And more recently, I've just seen you sprouting about the JJs coming up all over social media.
Yeah.
Yes, the club is definitely pushing this sponsorship, that's for sure. So, the Shore and Partners I believe they weren't going to go again, and they've been in the class for 6 years, and they weren't going to go unless they got an opportunity to be on a more competitive boat and a new boat, because I don't believe they've ever had a new boat before.
Right.
So
it
was a bit of a last
thing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a last minute decision. They came to me about 2 or 3 weeks before the season started and said, Keagan, you're one of the lowest paying sponsors in the fleet. You're not anymore. You're now not a sponsor at all, and you're jumping on the Shore and Partners. And it sort of in lines, we don't have any conflict of interest between my company and theirs, which is good. And so I can do both brands.
Wow.
So just step us back through that again, as far as sponsors and where you're going relationships with the sponsors or with the club? How's all that work?
Yeah, so I was a sponsor myself as Finport Finance, and I had that because I didn't want to have to put up with the sponsor. I just have to put up with myself, and there'll be no expectations.
How did you go with that? How'd you go with that, Keeks? Did you have lots of arguments or?
Yeah. In a room of mirrors a lot of the time. Why aren't you doing better? Sort of thing. But no. We were pretty good. We had an enjoyable time with Phil, and over the time we had Gus and Matt, and Bryce in 1 year as well. So we had a great time, and there was never really pressure on. But we knew come JJ's time we were pretty focused. Try to win. It's one that I haven't won that I would really like to.
Well, then we got close last year, I think, wasn't it? It was a good fight out in the end.
A lap to go,
Yes.
and we had them. And unfortunately, they were just too good and came through the fleet with just that little bit more breeze came in, and they were definitely the fastest boat by a mile. They were 2 knots faster than us, and we'll probably and not faster than everybody else.
Yeah, wow. And where do you think that comes from? I mean, obviously, and we'll talk about the new boat in a second, but, over the years, we've seen a progression of certain technologies. They seem to be all relatively close, but there'll be one boat always that just sort of seems to stride out. Where do they get that from? Other than obviously crew and helm, but
we had a clear advantage, I think, under 9 knots from them, but 9 knots and above, they had a clear advantage on us. We probably went into the JJs expecting it to be a little bit lighter, and we knew our boat was good. Also, what happened was going through last season, Phil got sick. He's better now. It's just, one of those things that people have at the moment. So we sort of were swapping crews in and out, and also having Gussie on as well. He's obviously doing a lot of sailing and other things. So we're always swapping crews out. And we were still managing to get good results. So we thought the boat was going really well. And then when we got to the JJs, probably wasn't as good as we thought. It was still good, but, we definitely thought it could have been a little bit better. And those boys have been sailing pretty much together. And, they're 3 amazing sailors in their own rights. So, they just had that little bit more polish than us, and they got the win. Well deserved to them.
So you're leaning towards crew and decisions on the water, but in a little bit of differences in conditions, but definitely crew is a standout. Yeah,
definitely crew. I think we, from a tactical perspective, probably sailed a little bit better than them. But
I thought you sailed a cracker. I thought it was riveting to watch.
The crash didn't help. But yeah, we sort of fought so hard, and Gus was doing majority of calls in the bow, and I think we sailed tactically really well. We just didn't have the pace and we never got the little rig in. So I think we had an advantage with that as well. It was a shame.
So the new boat.
So actually, just BP jump. I'm just on the 18-footer page now, looking at the under the sponsors thing. And for those out there, have a quick look. I think you've got it in the bag because you're the only one out there where the spinnaker touches the top of the rig.
Yeah. It's been like that for the last couple of years. I'm not sure who does the graphics for the club website. Yeah, but they certainly get the kites out the front.
It's either that or you're sailing around with the small rig the whole year. So
no. So but Mike, the color layout's not even right on that. So I think that was an early. There were so many versions of what our boat was going to look like. Oh, yeah.
Well, they've nailed it. It looks stunning on the water.
He's bright. I tell you. We always thought Balmain was bright, and I think one of the first weekends we rigged up next to Balmain, and they've gone from being bright to looking like a peach. So, next to our boat.
Well, from last year, Rag and Famish definitely stood out as well, and but this year.
That orange is like highway patrol or emergency services orange.
Oh, right.
That's what colour our boat is.
Is that like a ploy to people let you buy?
Shaw and Partners' actual corporate colours is that.
Oh,
so okay. Even though everyone goes, oh, it's red. No, it's not actually. They've just happened to have, I think the first boat they got was a Smeg and it just carried over. So that's how they went. But Earl wanted orange.
Speaking of Shore and Partners, if anyone out there who was into water sports, you would have seen their name around everywhere. Have you been involved or had the chance to kind of go along with them with all their different sponsorships along the way?
They're the Red Bull
I
of,
haven't
of
as yet.
sailing.
Haven't as yet. I've been putting the boat together and working and sailing on the Bosca on the 16. I did suggest to Earl when I met him for the first time last Wednesday afternoon for the.
Did you just say last Wednesday afternoon?
Last Wednesday afternoon. The club
Right.
organised everything, so I wasn't involved. So, last Wednesday afternoon, he came down hot from his office in the city. I thought we were taking him for a sail, but it was only meant to be 19 knots. And when he came down, it was blowing probably 25. And even the boat sitting on the beach, it was on unlevel ground, was rocking. And I think
that's a sign.
Might have scared him.
We don't want to kill him.
He's been in a V8 supercar around. So I
man, what's his worries? What's his problem?
No, it was actually, we came down in that nor'easter. So we still had to go out for the photo shoot. And I had Brando and George on, and we were coming down towards Clark Island, coming down from Nielsen Park. And we're going through all the yacht wash, and it was all churned up. It was getting a little loose. We did bin it in the jive. Probably a bit more my fault than anybody's, but going into that was like, we've got to go in. This is getting way too fruity.
Love it.
Talk to us before we do go into like detail about the JJs and stuff. How about the tech of the 18s? Like they're a stalwart not only in Australian yacht racing, but I guess across the world. But they've just held on. Is there a secret formula, you think?
I think so they get about 20 to 30,000 people a week watch the video, not all at once, like over the course of the next week or two. I believe the numbers are like that because the two platforms being YouTube and Facebook. I think people like Monaha sailing. They like the kites vlogging. They know the names. They get to see it each week. It's not on, either every week or every 3 months or whatever the case. Like, don't get me wrong, SailGP is a great product. I like watching it if it's over 15 knots. If it's below 15 knots or 10 knots, I look at the forecast and go, don't worry, I'll just look at the highlights. But, there's 18s out there. Roughly, I think there's 18 this year. At the JJs, there'll be 26 to 30.
Yeah.
It's quite tight racing. There's probably 8 to 9 boats that could win a race. There's probably us, Yandu. Balmain's going to be a good smoky, I think, this year that, can be up there all the time.
What about the Kiwis? Any Kiwis coming over?
Yeah, I think Ginger's coming over. Adam's coming over. So we got a sister ship this year. There's Shore and Partners New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
It's Balmain orange, not our orange.
I was going to say, you're not allowed colour.
So it's just peachy. It's not really going to stand out. We won't notice it.
Yeah. No, you won't notice it at all. I think they've even copied our colour scheme for the kites and everything. So we might be able to go incognito occasionally.
Kiwis. What about the Prince?
They sent me a picture of it the other day. They're trying to do it.
Bloody Kiwis, eh?
What about the Prince? Is he coming?
Who's the Prince?
What's his name? The
Germans.
The Germans. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Kiwis still. Yeah. No, he's getting a new boat.
Yeah,
he's getting new gear.
Been getting better and better.
He's not getting Norths, and I believe Baz Atkins is out of the coaching there, so they should be a lot better this year. I was tongue in cheek for the comment he made about me always wanting to protest at the JJ. I only did 2 protests. I just was in a lotot of them,
I love it. Yeah,
well, there you go.
It's going to be.
What about the location as well has got to add to it. The footage and also the footage now that's being obtained with the drones. I mean, that is just spectacular. And Dylan Carter and the guys put on a.
Yeah, Jimmy's doing a great product. Sail Media, they do a really good job of taking the footage. As you see, they help out with SailGP when it's in Sydney. Not sure if they take their boats anywhere else, but it obviously costs the club a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't. For the products that they get, we're definitely not SailGP budgets. We're way less than that. So it's probably one day is probably our whole season. It would be the budget. So the club does an amazing job. The promotion is definitely getting better. You know, you got Finn Sprott doing stuff as well, and you got Alex from Send It Co. Doing all those little on-beach snippets and everything. It's getting a lot of coverage. The clip of Heinrich, the Prince, hitting us last year, which I have to say, everybody goes, Keagan, you yelled at him so much. It wasn't me, it was Matthew. Matt was bloody yelling at him. I'm just there like, settle down, man, you know. But
Right.
I get blamed for it. It's had like 5.5 million hits on Instagram. So like that really went on.
One hit gets 5.5 million hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's how it normally works. Yeah. You either got to sink or get hit, basically.
That's right. Go well.
No, he took my head off.
Hey, tell us about the boats themselves. What can you play with as far as choices?
So there are some variants. I'll work from the bottom up. So you can pick boards either from SeaTech or from Munster. I traditionally get Munster boards, even though they're meant to be exactly the same. I reckon they're just a little bit thicker and a little bit better out of the tack, and you can always pull them up. So that's why I always use Munster boards. The wing width is a maximum width of 14 feet. That's you can't play with that. Pole length is set. You can play with your mast base. You can set it. So we have ours maximum forward. And we have our center board. There's a bit of, it's tight in the bottom of the case, but loose in the top. So we have our board straight as much up and down as we can, where you'll see Andu has a lot of mast rake and a lot of board rake. So we are at the opposite scale of that, even though Murray was the designer of the boat. For some reason, we go the opposite way. What else can we play? We can play with sail design, boom lengths we can play with, but you know, that's pretty standard.
Mast stiffness?
Foot length. Mast stiffness. So pretty much everyone has the same mast now, but for Yandu on the little rig. So they've got one of the old elliptical sections where all the rest of us are running the D sections, which Sean Langman brought in, probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. And now everybody, I think pretty much everyone, Emma doesn't. Emma still runs the old soft sections only because they don't have much crew weight. So she got my old boat and put her mast on my old boat, and she beat us last week.
Yeah, I was just going to say, went well.
Yeah, no, it was a super light race, and they did well. They got a good start, you know, rolled over the top of everyone off the first tack, and yeah, pretty much gone. So,
have you been happy with the new boat straight out of the bag?
It feels slippery when we're 3 strings on the wire. I think we've still got a bit of mast play to do. I did find on Monday morning that one of my spreaders was 1.5 inches further back than the other on the big rig. So that was in the rush to get it together. I just didn't check. So I'll be fixing all that over the next couple of days. And I'm not actually sailing this week. I've got John Harris filling in. So it will be all done and ready for him on the weekend.
So much fun.
From other things we play with, I think that's... so you can either pick, if you've got side levers, no levers at all, a winch, or we've actually gone from a winch to a block and tackle system to pay with our side stays and back stays this year.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's about it, I think.
Side stays and back stays.
Well, that
where the back stays go back to?
Are you allowed to play with the side stays and back stays while racing?
Yes, while racing we can. You can't change the D1s or D2s.
No. Yep.
They're fixed. So it's a block and tackle system, runs through the center of the boat, down the tubes, and it runs out to obviously either side. You can't change them independently of each other. They're locked in together, which we could do independently if we wanted to, but I don't know if I'm smart enough for that. And and we have a base setting, and we just go, you know, if it's windy or a lighter, we, you know, adjust accordingly.
Very cool. Very cool. Sounds like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, long setup time.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
You don't get to train in the damn things that often either, because, you know.
You're allowed 10 training days during the course of the season.
Yeah.
I think we've done 2. We've done 2 in 10 years, I think it is, or 1 in 10 years. Going out last Wednesday for the christening was only the second time I've been out in over 10 years.
I've just discovered something, Keagan. You and Bicey might be brothers from another mother. As you know, like you guys are twins. I don't know if you realise it. Bicey if you reckon you get in trouble for too many toys at home, Bicey, same. And you know his Sharpie training program. What's it? He's pulled the boat out.
Oh, we're done. Signed off.
Once before the national.
No, twice. We've had 2 sails.
As a coach, you're overdoing it.
That involves 2 races. So whether that counts or not, I'm not entirely sure. But
yeah, you guys.
We should be good for the nationals. So yeah.
Don't want to wear it out, you know.
Exactly.
So in the 18s, we've actually got to practice with our race sails. I don't know if everyone does it all the time, but they're meant to. So that's one of the reasons, if we think that our crew work's good enough and we make sure we do, you know, the focus of all the sailing during the regular course of the season is to getting everything sorted for the JJs. So we just don't want miles on our sails.
Yep.
So how do you do?
And that's one of the reasons.
How do you do sail and rig development just during the race? You're like, you're looking at your sails, going, I wouldn't mind tucking a little bit out of that seam and rah. And
we were pretty lucky on the last boat. So we took the main across from the black boat the year before, but it hadn't done many because that JJ's happened to be a really windy JJ's. So the main was pretty much brand new. And we're swapping from a CST mast to a CTEC mast. We pulled it up the track first day. We got the boat late, as per your normal. Straight in the water for, I think it was the heat of the Nationals.
wow.
I think it was the heat of the Nationals. It was after, because we got our boat like 2 days before Christmas that particular year. And so it was the Nationals started, I think when we got back from Hobart or after the 16 regattas and everything. And it just went like a rocket from day one. So we just went, don't touch it. Just as time went on, we started to play with it. Why, I got no idea. But, out of the blocks, it just happened to suit another mast maker and totally different bend profile. But the thing was a rocket, so we just didn't touch it.
Yeah.
But we very rarely do luff runs now. I think in the last 5 years, we've probably done 2 luff rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We play with our jib shape. We try to play with that a little bit more. I'm a big believer. Jibs are speed and mains are balance.
Yeah, jibs.
Keagan, just stop there. Jordan's about to go for about 5 minutes here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Remember that day back in '76 when I won the Nationals with Fritz in the 505? It was light air, and that's where all the power came from, straight out of the jib.
Jib's your power source.
I'm expecting Jordan to come to Lincoln with about 4 jibs that we can look at for the Sharpie Nationals as head coach.
All right. What about the Moths? Do you take that seriously, or is that just joy for you?
I do take it seriously. I'm not sailing much since we've got back from the Worlds. I've actually lent my boat to Victoria Schultz while she's out here doing university, so she can go and play around with it. She keeps going to me, "Are you going to go out on your boat today?" And I go, no, it's all yours. Go and sail it. I think it's pretty much set up just for her now. If I went out on it, I'd probably squash it. So I do take it seriously. But I've just got too much on with the big boat, that putting the 18 on the water, and also 16 this season. There's not much time. I might try and get out occasionally, but I am still playing around with one of the guys from Germany and one of the guys from New Zealand with foil design. And we've got some test foils that are just about to come in from China, and we've got some getting tested over at New Zealand at the moment. So we're preparing for November next year in Perth.
Toys. Love it. Yeah, good.
That's a course laid out for you, that one, isn't it?
It's a good way to, make sure that when I ever pass away or retire or do whatever, I will have no money left. Moths and 18s and sailing in general, they won't be getting passed down, that's for sure.
What about you can't use it when you're gone?
Do your kids?
Right.
But you'll never die wondering. Exactly.
Do your kids go sailing?
They all had a bit of a go, but none of it really stuck. I had a horse rider, a dancer. When it was into motorsport. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I think the eldest one, if she had sailed, I think the other 2 would have sailed because they looked up to her so much. But one day out on the Sabo, which was her Sabo, the boom hit her in the head, and she never wanted to go again. So, and I have to say, I was probably a little bit selfish at the same time, and sort of was like, oh, I'll be off sailing anyway. If I'm sitting here running around after them, I don't get to do as much sailing myself.
Actually, it would have been much cheaper in yachting, horse riding, and motorsports.
And no, you think that's expensive, mate? Get dancing involved as well. I had to top.
Tell me about that. I was up all night last night jamming myself.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Have you sewn ballet shoes yet? I used to sew the ribbons on the ballet shoes. Yeah.
You're twins. You're a pair of twins. I don't know.
We did sail against each other, didn't we? Back in when we were kids in the Flying Ants.
No, not flying ants. No, I think some invite regatta maybe. Tasers.
Oh.
Nah.
We'll
work it out next week over
like
over a lager at the Cruising Yacht Club.
Oh, mate, we'll solve the world's problems there, don't you worry.
I do have a question for you, mate. Obviously, being a Sydney lad, in St George, but you're exposed to the skiffs a lot, right? If you grew up in another state, what class would you think that you would have like to have had a go at?
Ooh.
Because, obviously, we all
14 foot. Probably the 14,
Still,
maybe.
Yeah.
14. It depends. Like, I've still got people that are always trying to get me to go and move to Perth. Because I had a business over there had an office over there for a while, so we did consider it.
Great spot.
And the sailing's good, but I don't know. I think I'm definitely skiff ingrained. I definitely had no choice, so probably would have. Yeah, do you ever see yourself as an actual sailor or something like that? You always wanted to sail a boat where you get.
Oh, you're a dinghy guy, right?
In Europe, definitely, 100%.
You're a dinghy guy, right? So I'm really interested because there's so many senior classes in Australia, obviously the one I favour, but, FD, Sharpies, all the different classes. And I just intrigued because, in South Australia, or Western Australia, you're basically Sharpies or 14s or 50s, right? So they're your three majors. The FDs obviously were big for a little while, but still a beautiful boat. But I'm just intrigued. Like the 16, I look at the 16 and the 16 is kind of like a Sharpie, except the sheet hand's got to do a bit more work because they're out in the wire. So I'm just wondering.
They're very similar to a Sharpie. We're seeing them when we're over in Perth back when we haven't had 16s over there for a long time, but I still see them occasionally when I'm over there for other things. They would probably be a boat that I would have sailed. It would have been nice for the 16s to stay over in Perth. I would have a weapon of a boat to sail over there.
Yeah.
One of my best experiences, even though we crashed and burned, was sailing a heat of the 16 nationals when we were probably 19. Actually, my daughter was born, so we're 2021. And it would have had to have been 45 knots. It was so fresh. We went around the top mark in second, and the guys in front put a kite up. I've never been so scared and so wanting to abuse them for putting a kite up. So we put ours up as well. And I think we made the jibe, and then we were never seen again. We had to get new sails sent from over in Sydney. Lucky, I think it was a late day the next day because they were just ratted and they were just useless. They were gone.
So much fun.
Yeah. Love Perth.
Sticking just back to the 18s, JJ's in March. March, is that right?
Yep, March. Yep. Second weekend in March.
What's the lead in look like? Is it all everything leading towards the JJ's, but when do you start really honing in, or it's started already?
January.
The end of the 16 nationals, which is like the 12th or something of January, once that and the Hobart's out of the way and the 16th is out of the way, then I'll be just focusing on the 18, and the boat should be theoretically ready by then. So then it'll just be fine tuning.
So Australian champs are 17 to 19 Jan. So if you put your TV,
3 days of Monday. Just don't they now have to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's a public holiday.
Got to pay for this habit somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, then the JJs start 6th of March, go through to the 15th of March. But there's a lot of breaks in between. Obviously, they don't chew up too much of your working week.
Yes, I think we got the Super Cup the following weekend after the Nationals, the Saturday, Sunday. Then I think we just got a normal day, I think. And then, then there'll be a little bit of practice.
There's the Australia Day Regatta. You got a few little things on Balmain Cup Placemarker, Queen of the Waves.
Queen of the Waves, that's Ladies' Day.
Yeah.
So we do a Ladies' Day race and we take out a fourth person, being a female. Actually, it's always a female. So I dare say we'll probably be getting someone from the sponsors this year. Usually it's always a wife or partner on our boat, but this time I dare say it will probably be a sponsors person.
Just the way the ladies are going at the moment, mate, we might have to have a gentleman's day just to bring some of the boys.
Yeah, I know, right? No, I sailed with a girl in the 16 with Sarah Lee. She's amazing. She's a great steerer. Yeah, yep. I'd be happy to go around the Cairns with her. Like she
won the Nationals.
I've sailed with Lee Napton, and Sarah's probably just as good. She probably doesn't get to do as much influence as what she would like with Kurt and I on the side of the boat. You know, Kurt's so opinionated. I just sit there and go around for the ride. It's great having a jockey on the back of the boat too. You can feel the weight difference. Yeah, 100%. I'm glad when I jump out in the wire and the whole thing just lifts. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. All right, I think we're sort of going to call it there. We've got some good conversation. We obviously love the 18s. Where it's easy to watch. You know, we can tune in thanks to Sail Media boys.
It's going to be a tight season. It's going to be. I think this JJ's. Yes, Yandu is a clear favourite, but I've got a feeling that Andu with Herman, anything can happen. Yeah. So I reckon watch this space. I reckon a Tom Slingsby, a Pete Burling, or somebody like that will be coming in for the JJs. I don't know if it's allowed, but I think something like that's going to happen, knowing Herman.
Oh, well, that's interesting news.
As long as it's not a Langford, you can't. He'll break the boat.
Big Bird. No.
Seagull's the biggest test rig.
We had Kyle, Nathan, and Goobs steer my boat on one of those Super Cup nights a few years back. Oh my God, I had to work on the boat for the next.
Still fixing the boat.
They broke so much stuff. I was like, oh my God. It wasn't Black Wesley, but jeez.
I love it.
Very cool.
All right, mate.
Mate. Thank you.
Oh, we'll be seeing you around the club next week, probably.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll see you for Cabbage Tree. What one are you on, did you say?
Celestial.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough boat to sail. Yeah.
The 75. The 70 expert. Nice. All right.
Very cool. Thanks, Keegs. Good luck in the season, mate.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Brother from another mother, you say?
Well,
looking forward to catching up with Keegan over the coming weeks.
It was hilarious.
Plenty of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But always know it's a good conversation when you just have a casual glance down at the clock and you're like, oh, holy shit, we're 50 minutes in here. And it's like we just started. But good, very insightful. And just a bloke who loves yachting. How good's that?
Oh, it was great.
Hates sailing, loves yachting.
There you go.
Or the other way around.
Well put. I like that a lot. It was really enjoyable, and I'd not met Keagan. Obviously, you know him pretty well, BP. But nice. It was just really enjoyable. So good to see.
Yeah,
yeah. It's it's coming into the sheep station season, as we call it over, I guess, with the amount of effort that goes into the JJs, it's a huge amount of work, and it's so exciting. And living in Sydney, when I get out there on the Sunday, seeing it live is just phenomenal. I mean, those things are unbelievable.
They just need to bring Maxi Walker. Oh, no, Maxi's not coming back, is he? Maxi Walker to call it in between the cricket.
Yes.
Oh, dear. Yeah, well, I mean, so obviously Keagan's a businessman, and Shaw and Partners, as you guys mentioned, like everyone's sponsored by Shaw and Partners. But if you're in the marine industry, make sure you check out Disruptor Marine Marketing. If you go to the website disruptormarinemarketing.com.au, so Disruptor is DISRUPTA. If you're in the marine industry and you want to make more money, and I guess that's probably where most people sit.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. That's good. And you're chasing, you rely on reputation and referrals, and you get all these missed calls, or you have follow-up slips and all that sort of stuff, then Disruptor is the pathway for you. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week, AI receptionist, or the buy spot as we call it, answers all your inquiries, books your jobs automatically, and they set up a referral system. So they'll double your leads within 60 days. And if it doesn't, you don't have to pay. So it's a no-brainer. If you want to try it out, there's a free trial. If you just go to Disruptor.
Press on the demo button. Press on the demo button. It's all good.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to other news, boys, and I'm about to get on a plane in a few hours, so I'll have to go and get my Radix Nutrition, get some of the food, because I'll be staying in random hotels for a bit, but get some of my meals from Radix Nutrition. If you want to do that, use Bar Karate as your discount code and get a discount on us. Fantastic meals. Easy way
You wouldn't need it. You'd be up the front, though, wouldn't you?
No, not this.
Oh, yeah.
Sale GP money. I'm right down the back next. I'm in the toilet. They put me in
79H.
79. Oh, 79H against the window too. Jeez.
No, 70. Close, but not quite. IQ Foil Euros are on in Sicily as we're recording. So we're recording quite early because, as I said, I'm getting on a plane tonight. But the IQ Foil Euros will be done and dusted by the time this goes to air, so check them out. So I think there's quite a few people racing in those. The other big bit of news, BP, the ORC double-hander world champs for 26 are going to go on.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
So that's in Scheveningen in the Netherlands.
Sounds like a motorbike.
It does, doesn't it? 18 to 25 May. Part of the North Sea Regatta, which is a famous regatta up in that part of the world. So that is one to get excited about. We were interested when it was on a few weeks ago. The other one, boys, that's coming up.
Well, we know what happens once we go into the Hobart and the 18 season down here, don't we?
Yep. It's the ice sailing shit going on in the Northern Hemisphere, and it's fantastic, and we love it.
We love it.
So many people are emailing us these links about what's going on. So the Ice and Snow Sailing World Championships are in Sweden, 2026, 16 Feb to 22 Feb. Thank you to the 4,382 people that sent us the link to this. We're into it. It looks like all forms of ice and snow sailing are on. It'll be interesting. I hope we get some videos from it. But
so you got the wingdings.
Wingdings?
You've got the traditional old land board, which we'll call the ice board with the windsurfer rig on it.
Yeah.
Formula kites,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically on a snowboard, looks like. And just icing it away. Don't have to... I wonder how you keep the beers at a drinking temperature for after sailing to perform bar karate.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You'd have to probably put them in a heated room.
Yeah.
Got some footage of Pete Harkin and Buddy Melgers got sent to us. I think it was Shafe might have sent it through, but just talking about Melgers and Pete were talking about their ice boating, and Pete was talking about how to be a good ice boater, and he just did mention having quite a few beers. So I think they've got the technology worked out. So
at the top of the list, it's usually very important.
He's a good man, old Pete Harkin. He's a good man. He loves a laugh. So that's definitely on the cards. But yeah, plenty of things coming up. I will be getting ready for that World Championship, boys. I'm going to make a special effort. Myself and my mate Sandy Higgins are going to go to Japan and sit in the snow and watch. So we're going to get the full immersive experience.
So it's an immersion trip. It's not exactly like I thought you were going to go there and actually compete.
I will.
No, you're just going to.
Not this year.
You're just going to go and get a cold nose and cold ears and feel like you're there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Sandy and I go in the snow exactly that week. So we'll be talking about it non-stop, I reckon. But maybe we'll do a Barkarati from there where Sandy is part of it. But
nice, a great man.
I will, as soon as I retire, I reckon. Well, I'll never retire. I'm going to always work. But I reckon I'm going to put that as one of my agenda items when I've got a bit more spare time on my hands. I don't know
bucket
about
list.
Hey?
The bucket list.
It's a bucket list. I'm definitely going to one of those events. Definitely. Yeah. It'll be
I just can't wait to see the Lycra suit. That's with the pullover helmet, with the hat, the little pullover sleeve that goes over your head.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. Will it fit? Will I be walking around not being able to pull it down?
We'll call him... Oh, is that Kathy Freeman walking down? Oh, no, it's not. It's Jordan Spencer.
Oh, dear. Right.
Matt Shervington.
That's
he
not where
wishes.
Hey, fellas, look at this.
He bought two masks with him.
I've got no idea what we're talking about, but hey, who cares?
We'll leave that one go through to the keeper, that one, I reckon. Jack Lloyd Listener of the Week, boys, presented by our friends from Vycobi. Vycobi providing a couple of $100 for the gear every month for the best communication. Just a couple of simple ones because we've only had 2 days. So old mate Phil Yeomans came through, just talking about the rainbows. Phil jumped on that. You see that, boss?
That's a good little link up to do with Shane. So we can forward that through.
Yeah. So Deck Hardware, Phil's business, the man does 1 billion miles around Australia every year, and he'd be happy to have a chat about helping rig out some of those rainbows, I think. So that would be...
that's bloody nice. Good on
and
you,
I'll tell you what, when you go up to his little facility up there in, I think it's DY or up there somewhere.
Brookvale up.
Yeah, Northern Beaches. It's a really cool setup, and he's a great guy. Really helpful.
It smells like those good old fashioned chandlery shops.
Yeah, it's got that feel about it. You can sort of see you walk in, you've got a little porthole that you go through and have a look, and then you can see the office. It's great. Love it. Well done. Good on you, Phil.
Yeah, he was talking about Brianna, listening to last week's ep. He listens to every ep from day one, and how she uses the Lyros line, so that's cool. Anyway, and then a quick note from Jeff. I just love this email. This is the listeners doing the right thing by us. Jeff, hi team. BP said on the latest episode that sometimes you have trouble finding guests. It's not trouble finding guests, it's trying to get them done every week. But he went out and said, I've got a couple of people you should be talking to. Stewie Rose, winner of national titles in a lot of different classes. I'm not sure I can handle... I sailed like 1.5 Etchell Nationals, and Stewie Rose beat us by 1/4 of a point to win Nationals, and I think that...
we're definitely getting Rosie on. For sure.
That one hurts. But Marcus Hamilton would be good on the contender world champ. And Musto, so that would be a good one. I'm super keen to have that conversation. Much appreciated that bit of that email. Some good ones coming in. Plenty of opportunities. You've got a month to get some emails in for the next couple of $100. But yeah, all good.
It's hot time with Bice.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Bice.
Nice. Something that slipped under the radar, boys, the Clipper.
Yes.
Round the world race. We haven't really mentioned it too much.
But they're coming to Oz.
So heading to Freo from Cape Town. Got a little ice gate to contend with in the middle of the Southern Ocean.
Yeah.
Currently... So, say again? Were you going to say, is that where ABN AMRO 2 set the world speed record? As a matter of fact, it was.
I think that's what he was alluding to there with with that sudden look of confusion.
They've called it the Sprint Gate, so I'm interested. But yeah, the ABN Sprint Gate,
or the ABN Gate, one of the two. ABN AMRO Junior Gate.
ABN AMRO 2 Gate. 563 miles in that little. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So from Cape Town, 10 boats competing. We just got to make a bit more of an effort to keep there. It's quite, let's see, the split in the fleet's about 580 miles at the moment, and they're probably a third of the way across, a bit more, almost halfway. So, yeah, it's good. It's going to be good racing and an experience of a lifetime. as we've heard from several people before. So
be good to get one of those people on board who've invested in going around the world. I think we haven't done that yet.
A different view on what just a bit of an update on what.
Well, I mean, it's for some it's a bucket list to sail around the world, and for some it's a bucket list to get involved in a racing team and do it. I mean, there must be some really different points of view, eh?
Well, they bounce around Australia a bit. I know they go all the way around to Airlie, so they'll be around us for a bit. So we might be able to get that timing worked out. So on the different legs. So
but one or two of us will be away on the other side of the world, making it harder usually. Like trying to launch back to the point earlier. Yeah, go on, boss.
Oh no, I was going to say next one was the Class 40s are on their way to from Reunion Island. So it's going to be good to see them touch down on Southern Hemisphere soil, well, Australian soil for that matter.
So they're going from Reunion to Sydney, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sydney.
5,000-mile journey. So they're in the Southern Ocean as well. I wonder if they'll come. They must get close to seeing each other in the middle of the ocean. You've got to imagine that you'd come past.
Just give a bit of oi, and then you get some of the Jules Verne dudes cruising past. Oi,
yeah.
Just
what about the brisket, Bice? You got yourself prepared as they come across the bottom?
Well, definitely, I'm well prepared. It might be a big call, but I'll get a couple on specifically. Like for the 40s, that's fine. It's only a couple dudes.
Yeah.
But for our lady,
I haven't thought about that. If you get one of the clippers, you're going to be in trouble, aren't you?
Clipper team. Yeah, might have to go and hire some party equipment.
down to Kennards and get yourself a couple of Barbies.
Love it.
I know, I've got cooking implements. Don't worry about that.
It's just
more the seating arrangements.
Wow. Yeah. You could always just dig a hole in the ground.
A hungy.
What else is that? Well, as mentioned, given the recent past episode, there's not a great deal of come across the desk on a Monday, Tuesday, unless I've missed something.
The Harkin Youth Match Racing Championships, all New Zealand in the top 4. So the Kiwis are shining in that in 4 teams. But the final was between 2 brothers, Zach Fong and Ethan Fong, a pair of Fongs, fought it out in the match racing championship, which I think, that's just an opportunity missed, a headline missed on a global scale.
Jesus. I'm looking forward to the headline as far as what's going to pipe out from, I reckon Sue Ellen's got something in here for this one.
Yeah.
Being an Aussie in Kiwi land.
It was good tight racing between the brothers, actually, though, but Zach ended up winning at 3-0, but that doesn't describe how close the racing was. It was only really right last manoeuvre sort of thing to get the wins. So, but that's cool. The Kiwis are dominant in the match racing world. It's a pity no one does it anymore.
No, you're... You can go a couple of headlines from that also. But it's bloody good form of yacht racing, though.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fantastic. Sam Scott and
it's left our shores.
Hey,
it's a pity that it has. It's not as popular than it was.
Yeah, I agree. Sam Scott and Robbie Wooldridge were the petite finals, so they were the top 2 place teams going into the semis. But the Fong boys and their teams got through to that big final, so that's pretty impressive. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Great.
Well, the Kiwis love their match racing as well.
Oh, they have a great program. They've got such a good program.
Yeah. The squadron is huge for it.
Yeah, and so
then again, we put in the effort, but no, it's all good.
Bit of controversy with old Pete in the media this week too, just talking about other circumstances under which he left Team New Zealand. So.
The Burling information.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of known at the time, right?
Exactly.
So it wasn't. It's maybe just digging up the past a bit, if you ask me. But
newspaper interview.
Good bit of chat. But you'll be seeing Pete in the couple of days.
Everyone, Jordan. Yeah. So by the time this goes to air, we'll probably know the. Well, actually, it'll be the morning. I'll publish this in the morning before the final, so it'll be going to air just before the $2 million gets allocated. Because if the $2 million is allocated and I'm close by, you probably won't.
Yeah, there'll be no chance of getting it. We'll make sure you do have some fun in Abu Dhabi It's going to be a cracker.
Yeah. It's not looking windy, unfortunately, but we'll see how it plays out.
Surprise.
What do you call it? Babbage do.
I wrote Abu Dhabi do, and autocorrect changed it to Babbage
do.
Oh, dear. All right, boys.
Autocorrect.
Okay. Let's call it. Good work.
Yeah.
Thanks for...
Well, have a great week, and I know it's all going to be sort of fun and games for you, Jordan, so enjoy your time in... Well, I hope you had a good time, we should say, because when you release this, it'll all be happened. So I hope you had a great time.
Yeah. Thanks for all the messages, actually, keeping us inside. All the inside info.
Very good.
Cheers, boys. Cheers. Thanks for listening, everyone. Cheers at barkarati.com is the best way to get us. Radix Nutrition, jump on their website, use Barkarati as your discount code. And Disruptor Marine Marketing.com.au. It's the way to grow your business. Love your work. See you next week.
See you, fellas. Touch base.